Hello everyone, it's Irina again. Let's see if today we are able to finish this demo, which I'm kind of like expecting since today we are playing is Sunday, and I was like thinking maybe they gave you like a week for us to play during the demo. I don't know how it's going to work today because my head is hurting. Yeah, it's because of the allergies. Sometimes I get like these, and even my nose is kind of like swollen. It's just, let's see. Let's do this. I already took like medicine and all, but so I don't know. Maybe it's going to take me a bit. Okay, let's continue this. I can hear like raining outside. Yeah. You woke to the soft patter of rain against the window pane, gentle as a lullaby still echoing in the quiet hush of the morning. Yeah, that's why I was like hearing raining. With bleary eyes, you saw the world outside of your window was tinged in grey, the colors muted. The rain fell in steady sheets, and the air in your room felt cooler, calmer, like the storm had swept away yesterday. Wrapped in the warmth of your blankets, you let yourself sink a little deeper into the mattress, lulled by the rhythm of the rain and the soft creak of the old building. You would not believe this, master. It's just preposterous. Lady Serafina has betrayed Countess Belladonna for a third time, and this time they were public exes, thrown about as if they were common insults. You peeked out of the covers towards the TV and found Barnabas still on the couch where you left him last night. Light filtered through the rain-speckled window, and the room still held that quiet of early morning, but of course peace could not survive Barnabas. And don't even get me started on Lord Thrittlewick. He's faked his own banishment, master. Banishment? Who does that? I so think Barnabas deserves like a British voice actor. I don't know. I can only think of him because of certain things that he says. I can only think of him like a British, like complaining. I don't know. It feels right to me. Although the game is, I can see that the game was written in the American English. But when it comes to Barnabas, even there's also Lucille that has like a tone that reminds more of the old English. So yeah, she could use a British type of actress too. But like Barnabas for me is like, oh, like I can only imagine him like talking in British. Barney, did you even sleep? I'm a sentient grimoire. The fact I must explain this to you so often, however, does not surprise me, as I believe your brain never fully developed. I transcend such trivial mortal needs like sleep or hunger, but if I were capable of exhaustion, I would say I am running solely on indignation and disbelief. You watched that show all night? Naturally, I could not possibly pause while Countess Belladonna was teetering on the brink of scandal-fueled exile. I have two options. Lay in bed and listen to my book talk about an unpopular TV show, or get up and get to work. Not really a choice, is it? You rose from bed, stretching a little as you did. A glance at your phone told you it was nearly 8 a.m. The sun had risen, even if the sky remained cloudy and grey. You dressed, then got together a simple breakfast before heading downstairs. You came down the staircase expecting to see Lucille, the same as every morning, standing guard near the door, but she was nowhere in sight. Instead, you noticed Winnie sitting at the front desk. Irina, finally. Were you waiting for me? Not really waiting exactly, I was just getting lonely. Florian is usually here overnight, but after he ran off yesterday, he hasn't come back. I'm sorry, Winnie. You know, I'm just upstairs, right? You can always come hang out if you're feeling lonely. I guess. I just didn't want to make you get hurt again. What? Are you still thinking about the glass thing? Don't worry about that. It was a silly accident. Then maybe we could have a sleepover sometime. I'm sure Barney would love that. Who? Oh, Irina, do you have a secret boyfriend hidden upstairs? Wouldn't that be exciting? Alas, no. He's, a stray I picked up. A cat? That's even better than a boyfriend. No. What the hell. We are friends, right? Yeah, of course, the bestest friends ever. He's a book. A book? He's called Barnabas, he talks and everything, got a bit of an attitude problem though. Winnie stared at you blankly. It also makes you think that Barnabas already existed during the time that Sylvie, our aunt, was in here. And none of them knows about this book. So our aunt was better than us keeping this a secret. Why are we telling everyone about the book? Because maybe it's really important that the situation stays hidden, you know? Like a diary? Spell book. Well, like magic and stuff. Apparently there's some things my aunt didn't tell me about her and myself. Typical, huh? Yeah, our aunt was very reserved about herself, but maybe that was actually a good idea. You're a witch? Something like that, only you and Florian know though, so don't go telling people. My lips are sealed. This is so exciting, can you turn me into a frog? Oh, actually, when Florian comes back, turn him into a frog. I don't think he'll appreciate that. As long as we turn him back after, he can't complain, right? Come on, it's just a little prank. Unfortunately, I've only learned the spell for turning someone into a frog, not the one that turns them back. Oh, maybe it's a good thing you don't have the other one. We could get into way too much trouble. Winnie giggled. We? Well, of course, you and I can be partners in crime, just like on those detective shows. The police would never figure it out. I don't know, a string of frog transformations just after I moved to town sounds awfully suspicious. We'll need a cover, obviously. Maybe we could pin it on someone else? I can't really turn anyone into a frog, you know, not yet at least. No, my plans! Barney is a tough teacher. So far, all I can do is be slightly better at looking for things. That doesn't sound like a superpower. It's not, but if there's a pen under the couch, I'll be able to find it. Okay, that's pretty cool, I'll admit. With a grin, Will walked over towards the counter and leaned on it, then looked up towards Winnie. So, it's your big day, are you excited? Well, what do you mean? Don't tell me I've forgotten something important. It's our wedding day. Yeah, I mean, we could actually, it's the demo, we could actually probably totally do it. We're going out for dinner. You forgot you're the guest of honor. We're going out for dinner. What? I forgot. You're not that forgetful usually, are you? Are you feeling alright? I'm so nervous about it. I think I sanctioned off the part of my brain that remembered. You're still going? Yeah. I think like Winnie is probably the one I like the least. I think they are all adorable. But she seems like very naive, and I like the troublemakers. but she seems very naive, and she likes the idol kind of thing. I don't like idols and that thing. I never liked it. Even like in Japanese culture, they have a lot of that, and I was never drawn to that. Even when you have like otome games that have like the idols, I'm always like, oh, like it comes an idol one. I'm not into it. We are, if you're up for it. It would be a good chance for everyone to hang out, get to know each other a little. Winnie nodded. Maybe even a good chance to debut some of your idols. Oh, I thought it was her. Sorry. Maybe even a good chance to debut some of your idol skills. Think of it like training. Winnie's expression shifted from nervous to excited. You are right. This is all just a stepping stone on my way to stardom. If I can get past the first hurdle, nothing can stop me. That's the spirit. Hey, spirits. Okay, I didn't even mean to do that one. The sound of thunder in the distance roused you from your conversation, and as the clocks struck 9, the rain grew heavier. I wonder where Lucille is. What do you mean? It's Sunday. The store's closed today. So I'm not going to make money today? Oh my god. It is, isn't it? I'm such an idiot. With a sheepish laugh, sorry, give me a second. Okay, with a sheepish laugh, you rubbed the back of your neck, a little embarrassed. I could have slept in some more then. Well, it's probably good not to spend all day lazing around in bed. That does sound pretty great, though. I can't remember what it was like to sleep. Winnie leaned forward on the counter, resting her chin in her hand. To be honest, I can't remember most things. I go again. What the world looks like or what food tastes like. It's so weird, but also normal. I don't know. What kind of stuff do you remember? The sound of floorboards squeaking, a sunset, and that song. But there are a lot of things I can't remember. My birthday, for one. Isn't that lame? I can't even celebrate. Yeah, she looks like so young. Well, why not today? Huh? It's the 7th of November today. If you don't know when your birthday is, why not choose one for yourself? Oh my god, we are in November and she's dressed like that. No, because like November in here is really cold. So I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't be able. But isn't a birthday special? Any day can be special, even a random day in November. We are already going out for dinner tonight. Why not make it a party? Winnie blinked, then gave a big, beaming smile. You'll do that for me? You're acting like it's some huge inconvenience. Of course I would. Thank you, really thank you. Hopefully the rain clears up though, or we'll be having it in here instead. And I need to find some way to contact Florian. He left yesterday before I could ask him to come. It wouldn't be a proper birthday party without our resident grump, would it? No, it wouldn't. We gotta invite him. Except I don't have his number or know where he lives. Do you know if he has any friends around town we could ask? I don't think Florian has many friends, at least none I've ever heard him talk about. He likes to keep his private life pretty private. Well, I have a few errands to run today, so maybe I'll have some luck finding, I don't know, his address or number somewhere. You think my aunt would have those? Sorry. Yeah. The rain outside pounded the roof in a constant, steady rhythm. It was a calming sound, even if it was making leaving the house a little less ideal. Since it's your birthday and everything, how about we keep each other's company too? I'd love to. Let's get to it then. Okay, let's continue. I don't like to think about like cleaning before sorting things. I don't know, it's kind of like my way of doing things. I prefer like to rummage first and clean everything after. I don't know. So you're always going to make some kind of dust or something, you know, so I don't like. Although it's in the attic, but I don't know. Kind of feels more natural to me. You remember a line from Aunt Sylvie's letter as you hauled another box across the attic floor. And for heaven's sake, don't try to sell the vase with a bird on it, it's cursed. It sounded a bit like a warning, but also a hint, and curiosity was eating away at you. If I were a cursed vase, where would I hide? Okay. So we got 10. You work it methodically, tilting hat boxes, tapping crate sides for hollows, skimming labels in Sylvie's quick, slanted hand. No bird pattern face, not even a lonely sparrow. Under a false button in a stationery crate, your fingers caught on tape. You pried it up to reveal a slim, crinked envelope. It held a few well-worn coins and a note in blue ink, Emergency Tea Fund. If you found this, you were meant to, as Sylvie probably. Not the cursed vase, but I'll take being meant to, I suppose. You slide the envelope into your pocket and dust it off your hands. Still no bird face in the attic, but it couldn't avoid you forever. I'm really feeling it. So it's, as I said, like a mucus that I have, but it doesn't come out. My nose today, it's something else. Okay. You begin searching through your aunt's collection. Unfortunately, you don't find anything worth selling today. Oh my god. That's not good. Hey, Irina. If it isn't the amazing Winnie. Teehee, adding a new nickname to the collection? I'm working on my compliments. Let me know how it went, won't you? Well, I'll say an 8 out of 10. I think you can do even better. How about Winnie, the incredible, gorgeous, talented, lovely, wonderful ghost girl who is a joy to have around the shop? That's more like it. She practically bounced in place, grinning brightly. Hey, what are you up to anyway? When I hang out, I have like a thing with green, because for a really long time I thought you would say grind, and I was always saying grind, and sometimes when I'm reading it again I keep going into grinding, and then I'm like no, that's not the right pronunciation. I keep going into that. That sounds way more fun than sweeping, but the dust doesn't go away on its own. Cleaning is so boring. Oh, I know. How about I help? After just complaining about how boring it is? It'll be less boring if we do it together, don't you think? Can you even hold a broom? No, but I can do spooky ghost stuff, so I'm sure I could blow the dust into a neat little pile or something. That actually sounds pretty useful. Oh, you know what would be fun? How about we make a little bet? A bet who can... I bet... No, a bet. A bet about who can do the most cleaning. How are we going to judge that? The judging part isn't important. I'll say it's a competition. The judging part is incredibly important. But who am I to argue with the competition queen? Fine, you are on. Try to out-clean Winnie. God, my nose is killing me. Ooh, I don't think I've ever worked so hard in my entire life. It was 45 minutes later when the two of you took a break, collapsing onto the front counter with the ground. Wait, can you even get tired? Oh yeah, I forgot. And here I was, feeling guilty for making you clean. You didn't make me do anything I offered, and I had fun. Who do you think won? I'm not sure I can tell. We both did. I mean, the shop looks amazing, and that's the important part, right? I can argue with that. Plus, look what I found when I was cleaning. She pulled out a very crisp-looking $10 bill, then handed it over. Ta-da! Huh? Cleaning really does pay off. Thanks, Winnie. You earned it. Okay, we got some more money. The sun was beginning to crest over the horizon when the rain ceased and the sun peeked out from behind the clouds, painting the streets and buildings in a wash of color outside of the store. I'm actually grateful that the rain stopped because this was so loud in my ears. Yeah. After a busy day around the closed store with Winnie, you were unsurprised to not find any way to contact Florian. With a sigh, you began to think. Quinn might know, or maybe Emmett. Who can I ask? At that moment, the chimes by the door sounded and the door opened timidly. Sorry, the store's closed too. Standing in the doorway was a familiar short man with dark hair, wearing a slightly oversized jacket and headphones around his neck. He looked towards you almost sheepishly. Can we talk? I'll say we already are. He rubbed at the back of his neck, not meeting your eyes. Yeah, I guess so. I'm, sorry for running away. He glanced towards you, but quickly away again. And sorry for what I tried to hurt you, so... God, this fucking sucks. Apology accepted, but on one condition. Can you tell me what's going on with you? Yeah, I guess that's fair. Where's Winnie? She's upstairs still. I'm guessing she doesn't know. No one knows, except Sylvie. I had to tell someone. Look, this is new to me. I'm a vampire, I guess. I don't fucking know. It's not like I chose this, and I hate the blood, the smell, the taste. It's disgusting. I try to avoid it, but sometimes I'm not in control. I get so hungry, but all of my favorite foods just don't work anymore. So I try to keep myself and keep people away from me. All this tiredness has been hunger then. Yeah. But you've eaten now, right? You don't look as bad. I guess so. Well, there we go. No harm done. You say that, but you're not a danger to me. I believe that. You're just going through some stuff. Florian was silent for a moment before a weak laugh escaped him. God, you're a fucking moron. Why aren't you scared? Because I like you, Florian. I don't think you'll really hurt me. You're an idiot. Oh, I'm well aware. It won't happen again. I won't let myself get into a situation where it could, so just try to keep your distance, please. I'm not going to abandon you just because you're scared of yourself. You can ask me to be careful, but don't ask me to pretend I don't care about you. I don't deserve that. Too bad, you've got it anyway. Why? Why the fuck are you so nice to me? Why not? You're a good person, Florian. Didn't we said we're going to marry you and have like, how many? 3 kids or something? It's like 2 or 3 and then a dog. Florian stared at you blankly, a confused, almost pain expression on his face, as if the very concept was foreign to him. With a deep breath, he looked away from you, then back. Just don't expect anything from me, alright? I don't want to drag you into my bullshit. Then don't, but I'm going to stick around either way. Now, I've got a question for you. How does one go about inviting a vampire to a birthday party? A what? I meant to ask you yesterday, but things got a little hectic. Eden invited us all out for... I'm just not realizing we are going out for a dinner with two people who can't eat. God, am I just that insensitive or what? You are inviting me out? Yeah, of course, I'd love for you to be there, but if you don't want to, I'll go. If it's fine. It's more than fine. It wouldn't have been the same without you. Where does the birthday thing come into it? Oh, we decided it's Winnie's birthday today. Is it her birthday today? Likely not, but today is a good day as any for someone who doesn't remember their birthday. There was another knock at the door, and it slowly opened once again as Lucille walked in, though you almost didn't recognize her. She's not wearing the armor or something? Let's see. For the first time since meeting her, she lacked her characteristic armor and instead wore a much simpler blouse and trousers. Yeah, she looks a lot better like this. Good afternoon, Sir Florian and Irina. How do you fare on this fine day? How is it fine? It's been piecing it down with rain all day. And now the sun has risen and the rain has departed. It is a blessing indeed. Nice to see you, Lucille. It's been a busy day. The day is even better now that you're there. You look she does. You look beautiful today. Well, you look beautiful every day, but it's nice to see you looking a bit more casual. Lucille blinked. Her expression cocked somewhere between surprise and flustered, though she quickly straightened, covering her poise. You honor me with your words, Irina. I merely wish to give my armor a brief rest during our meal, though I did worry it would leave me feeling exposed. It's not like you are naked. Nay, but I wear my armor like a second skin, so it is akin to being bare. I don't actually know if it's a keen or kind. I should say kind, but I don't know. Beautiful is a word I am unused to, I must confess, but I am pleased that you would use it on me. A slight smile curved her lips. Next to you, I fear I may pale in comparison. Flatterer. Yeah, I wish our character would actually, I don't know, put her hair and dress in another way, but yeah, that's the way they decided to put her. The trust has always fallen from my lips with ease. God, let me leave if you're just going to stand there flirting, please. Flirting? I would hardly call this flirting, Sir Florian. Irina's intentions are pure. You are seriously going to sit there and pretend this isn't flirting? Complimenting one's appearance is simply a gesture of kindness and respect. Right, and I am the king of Willowmist. I do not believe this town exists under a monarchy, Sir Florian. Florian sighed. It was sarcasm. My mistake. It is sometimes difficult to discern, though I appreciate your efforts, Sir Florian. Yeah, whatever. Well, everyone's here. Not quite everyone. Emmett and Eden hadn't turned up yet. Winnie hurried down the stairs, and her eyes immediately lit up at the sight of Florian. Florian? What? You came back? Yeah, I kinda work here. Boo. You know, that's not what I meant. I mean, after you ran off last night. You fled? During your shift? Sir Florian. It's my fault, actually, but we worked it out. It wasn't... Yep, all worked out. I am relieved to hear that. It is good for us all to take an outing like this. Bonding as colleagues is a vital part of the work experience. You nodded sagely. I never know how to say this word. Totally. Do I work here? If you count getting in the way of work, then sure. Hey, that's not nice. Don't make me make Irina turn you into a frog. Into a what? I'm afraid I must admit to ignorance on this topic as well. I mean, who can turn someone into a frog? Lucille raised an eyebrow and Florian stared flatly at her, then at you. Anyway, Eden and Emmett still haven't arrived, huh? I wouldn't be surprised if Emmett just doesn't turn up. He's never wanted to get to know us before. Why would that change now? Yeah, but when we asked, he promptly said yes. I think I kind of remember that. You shouldn't think such things, Sir Florian. He will surely arrive soon. However, if Sir Eden were to find himself lost in a ditch somewhere, then I would not be surprised, nor would I be upset. Oh, I forgot you didn't like him. It's not a simple dislike, there is something uncanny about him. She paused, considering her words carefully. The world has an energy, a presence. Some people are bright and vibrant, like you, Irina, and others have an energy that is quiet, more subtle. But when I look at Sir Eden, it is as if he has no aura at all. Maybe you just don't like him. That's not illegal or anything. I would like to think I am not so petty, but I am cautious about him. I don't know how to put it. Like if we probably want to race with him, I think we're going to say that he's fun. But I kind of feel like he might be a shifty guy, yes. He's a shifty guy, that's for sure. I don't know if he's necessarily evil or uncanny or whatever, but he's definitely a shameless flirt. Maybe that's why you don't like him? He's kind of the opposite of all your knightly ideals. He does like honor and virtue, yes, but I think those traits alone are not enough to account for the sense of wrongness about him. Still, I will endeavor not to act out of a petty dislike. That would be unbecoming of a knight. The chimes by the door rang once again, and when the door opened, you were surprised to see two silhouettes. One taller, standing rigidly, and another that stood with a confident swagger. Honey, I'm home. I told you not to say that when we got here. And I told you I don't listen. Now, who's ready for a night on the town? It's dinner, not a pub crawl. Emmett, Eden, I'm surprised to see you two arrive together. We happen to bump into each other. Fate can have such a heavy hand. Like, it feels like it keeps happening. Like, Emmett is always saying, like, why you keep just appearing all the time in front of me? You were loitering about outside my house all afternoon, yeah. I would hardly call that fate, even if such a thing were to exist. Fate works in mysterious ways, my friend. As I said, it is hardly so mysterious that fate. God save me. I don't think even God can save you now. Yes, fate and all that, very mysterious. Maybe you do need to get a room. Sorry, Emmett, I don't think even God can save you now. You don't need to remind me. Good evening, Sir Emmett, Sir Eden. It was a good evening, yes. And I'm sure it will still be. I don't think I've ever seen the store so full of life. It's too much life, if you ask me. Ignore Florian, he's being a sourpuss. A what? A sourpuss, come on, it's my birthday, cheer up. Your birthday? Well, no one told me that. Actually, we just decided this morning. How very curious of you. This makes me think you don't know when your birthday really is, perhaps. Well, it might be today. It's a 1 in 365 chances. I don't know about you, but I like those odds. Honestly, I think it's a great idea. We should all get birthday cake whenever we want. That sounds fiscally irresponsible. Cake is never fiscally irresponsible, Hamid. I bet, like fiscal, right? Fiscally irresponsible. I think it's related. I bet you have a secret sweet tooth hidden under that suit somewhere. Sweet tooth or not, sugar should only be consumed in moderation. So you do like cake? Of course he does. The big guy is a huge softie deep down. I've seen the key ring in your pocket. The key ring, sorry. It holds keys, Eden. And it's also an orange cat wearing a bow tie. It was a gift. Ow, I want to see it. That is hardly necessary. Come on, Emmett, it's her birthday. It is quite literally not her birthday. You wouldn't want to disappoint a birthday girl, would you? Fine. He reached into his pocket and pulled out his keys. Attached to them was a tiny crocheted kitten, indeed wearing a bow tie. Oh my god, that is so cute. It looks like Irina. What? It does not. It definitely does. Look at that fluffy orange hair. A coincidence then, that's all. Whatever helps you sleep at night, big guy. I have owned this for months. It is hardly related to a person I have met in the last week. But it does look like her. Truthfully, it is a remarkable resemblance. A fascinating observation. Now, are we going out for this not birthday, or did I come all this way for nothing? We're going. Come on, I got us a reservation at the best place in town, which is like Queen's Place, probably. Would that happen to be the Silver Oak? I'm unsurprised to see someone with such good tastes already knows about Willowmist's best-kept secret. What part of it is a secret? It's like the only restaurant in town open past 6 p.m. Eden here is prone to hyperbole. You should not put stock into anything he says. Then shall we make our way there, if we are not to be late? Yeah, let's go. The group began to file towards the door, and you held it open to everyone to leave ahead of you until only one other person remained. Yeah, how are you feeling? Would you believe me if I said good? Is that the truth, though? Winnie looked up at you and then smiled, the same bright smile as always. I guess I'm a little scared, but I'm excited too. It feels like I've never stood under that big open sky before, even if I'm sure I have. Thanks, Irina. For what? For coming to this town? Well, I should be the one thanking you for giving me such a warm welcome. No way! I should be thanking you. If I remember correctly, I think I gave you kind of the opposite of a warm welcome. Let's agree to thank each other then. Deal? Deal. Now, come on, everyone's waiting. You held open the door and stepped outside first. Outside the shop, the street was quiet, there was no traffic, and the storefronts across the street were dark and lifeless. Winnie stepped out after you, slowly at first, her movements guided by hesitation and fear, but that quickly gave way to something brighter and bolder. As she left the doorway, she let out a gasp, her eyes fixed upon the stars above. They are beautiful. There was something in her gaze, awe, longing for, or something else. But her expression was so filled with light that you couldn't help but smile. The others watched on, a mix of curiosity and knowing across their faces. Florian looked up at himself, but the look in his eyes was much more subdued. You are a brave soul, Lady Winona. It takes true courage to face one's fears. This is your first time leaving the store, is it not? Yeah, I guess it is. I can think of a worse hell than being trapped in a musty old store. It's a wonder you didn't die of boredom. Nothing could be boring with Winnie around. Yeah, well, you got me there. You walked over to Winnie and offered her your arm. Ready for an adventure? I guess I am. Winnie took a breath, then looped her arm through yours, or at least tried to. Though neither of you could touch the other, it was a strangely comforting gesture all the same. Slowly, the group set off, heading up the sidewalk. As you went, Winnie kept glancing around, taking everything in with wide eyes. You couldn't blame her. Like, dating this girl can only be really, really hard, right? Because she's a ghost. There were a lot of new experiences waiting after all. It's so strange, I've been looking out the window every day, but nothing has ever felt as big as the world looks right now. A gentle wind blew through the streets, ruffling clothes and sending leaves skittering across the pavement. You couldn't help but notice the way Winnie's hair and clothes stayed totally still. There was no movement to her except her steps, and she made no noise either. My dearest friends, Irina, it is truly good to see you. Hi, Queen, how are you? 1,000 times better now that I see you here, and you've brought quite the crew with you. We are having something of a birthday cross welcoming party tonight. How very wonderful, my friends. I will give you the finest service this humble restaurant has to offer. This is like also really weird. She's like, we don't have much money, but we are doing like this like group party kind of thing. And I'm saying this because in here, I think you use the expression of going Dutch, which is very funny because the Dutch do not understand why you even use this expression. At least like in here in my country, it's more like everyone pays, for their thing. And I'm like thinking, and I'm like, we don't actually have like a lot of money for this, but yeah, sure. But this is a game, we are probably not going to use the money that we have in there. Thank you, Sir Queen. We appreciate the hospitality. Lucille, you're looking positively radiant tonight, my dear. Did you do something with your hair? Lucille cracked a smile at that, a little sheepish, but her eyes seemed to sparkle in the low light. Perhaps it is the lack of armor that makes me look different. I find it is more comfortable than expected. Well, either way, it is a pleasure to have you once again. Please allow me to see you to a table. The group followed Queen further into the open-air dining area, which was beginning to fill up with customers at the time of the night. It was fortunate that Eden had thought ahead and reserved a table. Your group of 6 sat down, and Queen left you menus and took drinks orders. There we are. I didn't know you were so familiar with the owner, Irina. What can I say? I have a way with people. That much is obvious. You have all of us wrapped around your pretty little fingers. Speak for yourself. Some of us are just trying to do our jobs. Perhaps that is something you should consider, Eden. Are you trying to tell me that your relationship is entirely business? Entirely. That's how an employment contract works. Yes. Eden let out a laugh at that, shaking his head. You play so hard to get. Emmett pushed up his glasses, crossed his arms, and looked away from the table. I'm not playing anything, I'm simply doing my job. If you were only doing your job, you wouldn't be sitting there right now. I am simply... Look, do you two need a moment, or should I start handing out earplugs? Jesus. Shut up, Florian. This is like seeing a TV drama in real life. No, he's right. We shouldn't try to have all the spotlight, not when we have the birthday girl and Irina right there. You know, it dawns on me that some of us know each other better than others. Perhaps we should get a bit of ice-breaking done. Like what, exactly? Oh, I know. I saw this game in a magazine. 2 truths, 1 lie. Eden's eyes lit up. Now you're speaking my language. That sounds stupid. I'm in agreement. This is a game for children. On the contrary, perhaps such a game would allow us to get better acquainted, though I'm unfamiliar on how it is played. Yeah, like actually having the text on one of the sides is actually better for me because the freaking microphone doesn't get in the way. And when it's like this, I have the microphone on the way. It's simple. You just have to state 3 things, 2 of which are the truth and 1 that is a lie. Usually everyone else has to guess which is which, but I think it would be more fun to leave people wondering. What do you say? Lucille made eye contact with Eden across the table, and a silent unspoken challenge seemed to pass between them. I agree, this sounds quite interesting indeed. I am looking forward to getting to know you further, Sir Eden. Careful, beautiful people who know how to swing a sword are my weakness. I'll go first. Do I really have to play? As it is Lady Winona's birthday and she wishes it, you must. Fine, whatever. We need a payment. Yay, okay. Alright, 1. I'm a really good singer. 2. Sometimes I randomly smell disinfectant when there isn't any. And 3. I love the ocean. What a spread of options. Now all of us will be guessing all night. This is just stupid. You should not judge while you have not spoken your truths and lies, Sir Florian. Fine, but this is so dumb. Florian crossed his arms and leaned back, looking away. 1. I used to be a vegetarian. 2. I'm an only child. 3. Someone tried to kill me once. Okay, we know he's not an only child, so... Someone tried to kill him once, and he used to be a vegetarian. There, are you all happy? I know, I am. Well, kinda, as long as someone didn't really try to kill you. Who knows? He just shrugged at that. It seems we are all learning more about you by the moment, Sir Florian. Great, that's just what I want. Allow me to go next. I have prepared two truths and a lie, and I trust you will not easily be able to decipher the falsehood among them. Firstly, I was knighted before my 18th birthday. Secondly, the last time I saw my homeland, it was burning. Lastly, I held the crown of a fallen king for 3 days until his people could bury him. You deliver all 3 with such confidence that I suspect they are all technically true and the lie is in the semantics. You do not seem like the kind of person to lie otherwise. Now you're getting into it. Emmett pushed his glasses up again, then tapped his fingers against the table thoughtfully. I suspect you were knighted on your 18th birthday. I think you probably did hold someone's crown, but it was for more than 3 days. Oh. Or Lucy was still there after her homeland stopped burning? Look, what you've done, we're not even supposed to be guessing. You're quite good at the game, Lucille. Thank you, Sir Eden. Just Eden is fine, you know, aren't we friends? I don't think she considers you a friend. Sir Eden. I suppose I'll go next, if only to get it over and done with. The pink in my hair is natural. I grew up down over from Willowmist. I've never had a cavity. Does that suffice? This is more than I've got out of you all week. I told you I have no interest in personal relationships. That one's definitely the lie. It wasn't a part of the game, but it is a lie. I have a sneaking suspicion you might actually like us. Some of us, at least. Not you, at the very least. What about Irina? I find Irina tolerable in a business sense, easier to deal with than Miss Marigold, that's for certain. Tolerable? There, Irina, that's pretty much a marriage proposal coming from him. I am already regretting coming. There is no need to have regrets, Sir Emmett. It is in the company of comrades that even the most hardened hearts soften. You're not helping, Lucille. On the contrary, I believe I am offering him a valuable opportunity for introspection. Translation. You are stuck with us, Emmett. I think I need drink? Then rejoice, my friends, for your wish is my command. Okay. Quinn set down drinks all around the table, a wide smile on his face, before pulling out a small notepad and taking your orders. You watch as everyone ordered, minus Winnie, before it stopped at Florian. In here it's more like you are not seated unless there's already a waiter for you to get your order on drinks. Like, you do not just sit and then someone is coming to take your orders. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Like, it's more... Yeah, because I remember when I was in the US, we would just enter and sit. In here, it's not so much like that. I mean, yeah, you still have places where you do that. But it's more common for you to just wait at the entrance, to be seated and order the drinks. And then they will come back again for you to order the meal. I'm not really... Sorry, I don't know if I read the other one. You watch as everyone order, minus Winnie, before it stopped at Florian. Go on, Florian. It's my treat. Oh, it's his treat. Okay. So that's the way they are doing it in there. Okay. Because in here, I mean, we all pay. It's more like that. It used to be like, imagine someone invited you and that person would pay for all. But, I mean, that's like... When I was like really young, it used to be like that. Then it's just started to be like this, like everyone would pay his own thing, even if you were invited. Actually, we were planning to share something, weren't we? Were we? Yeah, remember, Queen, could we get the pasta for 2? Fantastic taste. I would expect nothing less from my wondrous Sylvie's relative. She adored my pasta. How I miss her. She'll be back soon enough. I'm sure she misses you too. Queen smiled a little wistfully. Your words warm my heart, but come, we should not waste a moment. To the kitchen. Queen left once more, and the chatter slowly resumed. Eden and Hammett started bickering about something or another, while Lucille stood and began showing off some stances and sword swings to Winnie. Florian, however, lightly pulled on your sleeve. Hey, thanks. For that, I mean, I appreciate it, I guess. You'll just have to pass me pasta under the table now. I probably should have picked something you eat with your hands. I could just start filling your pockets with it. Pocket pasta is the best kind. God, you're stupid. But thanks. Irina? Yes, Winnie? You haven't had your turn yet. Well, if I remember correctly, neither has Eden. Then I suppose I should have a turn. We'll have to save the best for last, Let's see. I had a lovely childhood. I was born in the most beautiful garden in the world that you'll never find on any map. And I've read over 10,000 books, though I couldn't tell you what any of them were called. 10,000 books and no titles to note, that is most peculiar. Doesn't an average person read like 700 books in their lifetime? I haven't read any. You don't count. Yeah, reading books used to be a thing that we all did. Kinda like. Because I'm thinking about, like, I have a person that is very close to me, and since childhood he was never ever the reading type. Ever. I don't even think he ever read a book. Even like the comics ones, yeah, I don't think so. He was never into it. But let's say, I think most people from my generation, I'm not talking about the new generation. We used to read a lot of books. It was just like a thing, you know. We would just read and read books. You don't count. Maybe they were boring books. Even boring books have titles. Forgetting every single one is statistically impressive, I suppose. I've always loved being statistically impressive. And what kind of garden are we talking about? Tulips? Oh. Are you a man-eating tulip person? I could be. What do you think? I don't know. You're so mysterious. I guess I'll have to leave you all wondering then. I'm far more interested in what our new friend here has to share. Who, little old me? Don't play coy. You've been dodging the spotlight all evening. Maybe I just enjoy listening to all of you. If I had to play the stupid game, so do you. Of us all, you are the one shrouded in the deepest mystery. Am I? I think I've been pretty open with you all. Perhaps too open. I think that too, Emmett, yes. Alright, let's see. Pick a truth. I've never learned to ride a bike. No, that's a lie. I've been struck by lightning just once. I don't think I've ever been. I used to write letters to the moon as a kid. Okay, I'm going to pick a truth that it's not a truth. Cause yeah. No. Yeah, this one is the most impressive one. So I've never been struck by. I've been struck by. I've never. Yeah, that's the truth. I've never been. Yeah. So I've been struck by lightning just once. You know what they say, lightning never strikes twice? Wait. You got struck by lightning? That's so cool. Did your hair do the big force thing? Did you get superpowers? Can you still smell burned toast? I actually met one guy that he wasn't struck by a lightning, but it was so very close to him, and the clarity of it affected his eyesight, because he was like right in front of him. It fell right in front of him, and it really affected his eyesight. He was never able to see as he used to. Yeah, that's like crazy. Oh, maybe that's why he was not blind, but he kind of got blind. Or maybe that's why you are so electric. Pick another truth. I saw someone talking to a bird out of their window once. I don't remember ever happening that, but like this would be a common thing. But I don't. I name every mug I own. I love mugs. I have a ton of mugs, but I never named any mug. No. I got fired from a job for being too good at it. This is actually true. I was very, very good at it. In fact, even the person responsible told me, you are the best at this. But as I told you before, the issue is that I am very straightforward and upfront person, and that was the thing he didn't like it. Remember that I told you that in here we work till 6 p.m. and he was like texting me at 8 p.m. out of my labor hours to know about the work, and I was so pissed off with that, and he didn't like it. It was not just that. There was other things going on with our team. I was the leader. And he, at the end, he told me like, you are great. You are the best at what you do. But there are things in here that I don't like, and that's why I got fired. So this is actually true. I got fired from a job for being too good at it. Apparently, when you make your manager look bad by doing twice the work in half the time, it's a problem. But hey, I did get a coupon for a smoothie on the way out. I didn't got nothing. I just got my things, and I was like, I'm not even going to stay here one more day. Yeah, it was like that. Oh yeah, it is like that. I just grabbed my things and I was like, out. Because I think that just because of a thing that I was right about it. Like, you have hours to work and you have hours to breathe. And I got fired for something that it was completely stupid when I was so good at it. And I just grabbed it when he came with that, and he was like, oh, so you're going to be fired. He was like saying, next Monday you don't need to come. I said to him, what? I grabbed my things and I was like, oh, well, bye. I'm not even going to stay in here to look at your face, you know? You're freaking kidding me. Yeah. What flavor smoothie did you get? None. It was sadly expired. Wow, that's like the icing on the cake. Such an injustice would not stand in my homeland. You would have been granted a feast in your honor. Alas, all I feasted on was the sweet taste of corporate betrayal. I speak a lie. I graduated top of my class. I once got engaged by accident. I failed my driving test 3 times before passing. Yeah. I never failed my driving test. In fact, I was on top of it because everyone got at least one thing wrong, and my exam was like completely clean. There were like 0 errors. I passed it at first, and I'm talking about the written exam. I passed it at first, and the driving one, it was like completely okay. And now you're like, oh, then you must be a really good driver. I don't drive. Yeah. I don't drive. So I have trauma, and I decided to take a driver's license. You know, driving in Europe is completely different from the US. Okay, because our cars in here have like the, what do you call it? Like it's manual. It's not automatic. The whatever, the box, whatever. I don't know the name of it. And well, whatever. I always had like some kind of trauma, and I decided, because I am the person that I try to be brave and, you know, go against my fears. And I was like, okay, I need to take care of this. I need to, you know, do something about this fear that I have about driving. And I decided to get my driver's license. And I was able to do it, to pass the written exam. I was able to, like, even like the guy that was teaching me, he was like, Irina, you are really good. You don't have like nothing, you know, to be afraid of or something. And yeah, everything I did was always good. I never had a complaint. Passed at first, everything. I got a car. And I couldn't drive it. I just couldn't. And even nowadays, I couldn't drive it. And when I was in the US, there was like one time that our car was parked in the wrong way. And the person I was with, he was not inside the car because he had to go pick something. I don't remember. And there was like a car behind us, like wanted to pass through. And I was like, oh my god, now I have to like pick up this truck. Yes. And I'm tiny. And I was like, now I have to pick up this truck and move it out from here. And I was like, I don't even know how to function with, because you have like different things, like you have like the P of the parking, and it's different, okay, from our cars. And I was like, oh my god. Not all of our cars, because we have cars like yours. But I was like a mess inside. And I needed to move the truck from there. And my legs didn't even reach the pedals because I'm so tiny. It was a mess, honestly. So yeah. So this is a lie. Failed my driving. Yeah, this is a lie. I once got engaged by accident. Yeah, this is also a lie, because when I got engaged, it was our decision. I graduated top of my class. This would actually not be as much of a lie. So, let's put it more dramatic. I once got engaged by accident. What? It's true. I thought it was a joke. Apparently it wasn't. Were there not vows exchanged, a drawer discussion? I ran for the hills before that happened, changed my number, moved apartments. You know the drill. No, I don't think we do. Bon appétit. I hope you are all hungry. Queen placed a large bowl of pasta between you and Florian and everyone else's dishes in front of them. The smell made your stomach growl. You were really starting to miss proper food. With all the snacks and sandwiches you were living off. Thanks, Queen, it smells amazing. It is a pleasure, Irina. Please eat to your heart's content. Oh, I wanted to tell you, my aunt sent me a letter. Ah, the apple of my eye, muse to my culinary creativity, light of my life. How is she? She's doing good, I think. She's sad to say she thinks of you often. Actually, like for me, with my age, Queen would actually be like the guy, the proper guy for me, you know. I'm old by now, so not like these, oh, I'm 20 kind of guys. Yeah. She did. Queen paused just for a second, long enough for you to catch the flicker of something soft in his expression, like the sun breaking through a cloud. Well, goodness, He cleared his throat and quickly turned back to the table, fuzzing with a napkin that didn't need adjusting. Be still, my beating heart. To be thought of by such a luminous soul, what a treasure. You must tell her the feeling is mutual. No, stronger than mutual, mutual squared. I'd love to, but she still hasn't given me any way to contact her. But I'm sure she knows that. She remains as mysterious as ever. That is my Sylvie. I hadn't realized you two had a relationship like that. How long have you been together? Together? No, you misunderstand. Quinn chuckled a little wistfully, folding his hands over his heart. We are not lovers, my friend. We are not anything so easily named. Sylvie is the kind of woman whose presence alone is enough to change a man. I have loved her, in my own way, for years. And if all I am permitted is a place in her story, no matter how small, then I consider myself blessed. So you wouldn't want anything more? What if she wanted more? Quinn's smile faltered just slightly, his gaze turning distant for a moment before he answered. And it would be the greatest honor of my life. His words were quieter than usual, then with a small laugh, he shook himself free of the mood, his usual flamboyance returning like a well-worn coat. Yeah. The issue with you usually having like this type of queen guys is that I think they create like an illusion of yourself in their minds, and that's why you are the muse of their lives. And then when they are with you, after some years, they start like seeing that there are other muses out there. That's what life kind of teaches you. So it's all fun and games in here, you know. But whether such a day comes to pass or not, I am content to cheer from the sidelines, to cook, to fuss, to write odes to her magnificence when the mood strikes me, which is often. You are kind of a hopeless romantic, huh? Hopeless? Never. I remained full of hope, overflowing with it, in fact. And now I am passing that hope on to you. Eat, drink, and enjoy your evening amongst friends. Those evenings are the finest ones. Quinn bowed and laughed, and the conversation quickly returned. Wow, I can't believe you actually just came out and asked him that. Why not? Love is a subject I'm fascinated by. I mean, I thought it was pretty well known that he's head over heels for her. It's news to me. Florian picked up a fork of pasta and blew on it, though didn't move it to his mouth. Is he going to move it to ours? Mm-hmm. I mean, I think he asked her to marry him like 20 years ago. Wait, what? Seriously? This gets more juicy by the second. Sir Quinn's devotion is most admirable. To love so fiercely, yet ask for nothing in return. It is the kind of loyalty spoken of in old songs and battle oaths. Yeah, especially like 20 years. He already created an illusion of this person in his mind. And I know how it works. Lucille sat straighter, hands resting in her lap as she gazed towards Quinn, who was already laughing at another table and setting down drinks. In my homeland, we are taught that devotion is not measured by its reward, but by its endurance. To love without expectation is the purest form of loyalty. We speak vows not to be returned, but to be upheld. If one's heart is true, it does not waver, even in silence. You're gonna make me cry, Lucy. The way you talk is so beautiful. You really do have a way with words. You'll make a good poet, Lucille. It's beautiful, sure, but isn't that a little tragic, too? The group looked towards Eden, who leaned back slightly, fingers loosely resting around the stem of his glass. Yeah, because he's more like me. We are more the type of, if you want something, you are going to try to get it. You are not just going to stand there and let 20 years pass, creating illusions of the other person. All that loyalty, all that devotion, and what if it was never returned? What's left for someone like that? Did you not listen to a word he said? Not everything is about what you get back. Some people love in quiet ways, though action, stability, showing up. There's value in loving someone without expecting something in return. You just don't understand it. Let me tell you something. I used to think like this, but I had my share of loving someone and being an unrequited love. And I loved that person for like 10 years, unrequited. And we kind of like try to tell ourselves that it's enough. It is not enough. You reach a point where you actually see that love is something that is supposed to have a return. Like, you cannot just be the one that is constantly in there, constantly being loyal, constantly being thinking about the person, constantly. You reach a point along the years where you start like feeling like you are nothing to the other person, and this starts really getting into you. So this thing of like loving someone without expecting anything, in return, it's very idyllic. But when you are living it, okay, you can live it for some years, but when you are living it for like, imagine 10 years, you'll know what I'm talking about. You'll start really feeling that is a very one-sided thing, and that you as a person also need some kind of attention, although the situation here is kind of different, because she kind of seems interested, he seems interested too. I don't actually know what's going on for them to not be together, what makes you so sure? I don't. Because everything you say about love sounds like a transaction. You offer your heart and expect someone to take it. That's not connection, that's a contract. And what would you know about it, Mr. I don't need anyone? More than you, at the very least. It's like, it's not that you're not capable of being the one that is giving more love and being more into the relationship. You can do that. But you always need at least a tiny bit of attention in there. You always need that. You always need like at least something that reminds you that you are still important in there, okay? Even if it's just a tiny bit of an attention. Yeah. That can make you still linger in there, okay? Well, okay, I thought we were playing party games, not staring in a courtroom drama about the ethics of love. Irene is correct. We would do well not to pry into Sir Queen's and Lady Sylvie's private matters. Even the purest intentions may bruise where they mean to heal, and I would not like to see Sir Queen hurt by our words. You are right, of course, my apologies. Still, I enjoy the conversation. Hearing everyone's views is enlightening. I didn't grow up around people with opinions that weren't handed to them, so hearing all of you speak so freely, even when we disagree, it's kind of refreshing. Though if you ever want to have a less existential discussion about love, Irina, I'm always happy to offer my services as a test subject. Oh, in the name of science? Naturally, controlled environment, one-on-one observations, lots of long walks and meaningful glasses, all the good stuff. I like him though. I have because he's my type. But I have like this contradiction with this Eden guy, which is like, I suspect that this guy is bad apple. I don't know. All very official, wouldn't you say? You are incorrigible. Just shut up and eat already. You are all just jealous of our blossoming relationship. Well, I'm not gonna let you steal my favorite manager away from me. Yes, take care with your words, Sir Eden, for I am sworn to protect Irina from anything that means harm. This is somehow the best and worst dinner I've ever been to. I can't help but agree. Emmett reached out to the glass to the left of his plate, lifting it for a quick sip. Emmett, that's not Too late, Emmett had already taken a mouthful, pausing as the taste hit him. He slowly set the glass down, blinking once. Your drink. I didn't realize we were close enough to share. I'm honored, Emmett. You switched the drinks? No one switched anything, you grabbed it yourself. Is Sir Emmett quite alright? He stared down at the glass in betrayal, then turned it to you, squinting slightly. You are blurry. Maybe you should just... Wait. Emmett, are you drunk? After just one sip? I didn't realize you had such a cute side. Shut up, Eden, you talk too much and no one likes you. So you're an honest drunk. You've gained a new charm point in my eyes. Please stop speaking to me. And you, why are you sitting there? He looked towards you, now elbow on the table, face resting in his hand. Why am I sitting here? To eat dinner, that's what you usually do at a restaurant, I think. Why aren't you sitting here? Emmett nodded his head towards Eden's seat. Do you want to sit next to me or something? I actually, when I'm with the person that I like, I actually prefer to be seated in front, like she is actually right now. I prefer to be seated in front and we just hold hands anyway, like I put my hand on top of the table and the other person puts the hand on top of the table. I prefer it like that than actually being on the side as many times is suggested. I don't like to be on the side because I always need to like turn myself and turn my neck and I don't like it. I prefer to be like looking in front to the person. I really prefer that. Oh man, if I could eat popcorn, I would so be eating popcorn right now. I cannot eat popcorn. I'm allergic to what is the name? Whatever, I'm allergic. I cannot have it. Corn. I was like, what is the name? Corn. That's it. I had not known, and there's like a ton of things that you eat that has corn. Yeah, it's something else, yeah. But I have a ton of allergies. I had not known Sir Emmett held such strong opinions about seating arrangements. So what if I do? Is that a crime? Not the last I checked. What? You don't want to sit next to me? No. Your personality is exhausting and you flirt with everyone. I don't flirt with everyone. In fact, I think I've been decidedly unflirty tonight. You flirt with Irina. Emmett, maybe it's time to... Do I? Constantly and poorly, might I add. You seem oddly concerned about where Irina's attention goes for someone who doesn't care about anyone. I never said I didn't care about anyone. I'm just selective. Selective, huh? Yes, very. I only showed up tonight because someone keeps getting dragged into nonsense and I have to keep an eye on them. Who, me? No, the other new antique store manager in town. Of course I mean you. Oh, he's like a clingy cat that pretends to hate you but actually loves you and wants to sit on your keyboard while you work. That is so specific. I never pegged you for the possessive type. What do you think I'm going to do? Bite her? Knowing you, probably. You need not worry. No one is getting bitten on my watch, Sir Emmett. No one's going to bite me. Not unless you say please, at least. Please keep your mouth to yourself, Sir Eden, lest you lose it. Lose my mouth? Alright, I'll be good. I doubt it. Irina, you should come sit next to me for your safety. That's a little hard when I'm sharing dinner with Florian, don't you think? You can share mine. Cannot. That depends, will you feed me? If I say, There was a pause, half the table watching, half of it holding in laughter, before Emmett entirely, without hesitation, lifted his fork with the most absurd seriousness imaginable. Say it then. The fork slipped past your lips. It was a simple gesture, but something about the way his eyes were on you and the look in them was strangely intimate. I feel like I'm betraying Florian. I'm sorry, sweetie. Because we were like, kind of like sharing a meal in there, and I'm like, yeah. Oh my gosh, he actually did it. Wow, that's pretty good. I'll have to try it next time. But I think I'll stay here and finish my meal. Hey, think about it like this. You can keep a better eye on Eden if you're sitting together. Reduced to a third wheel, it seems I'll have to step up my game. Hey, Emmett, I had a question. Why do you stop by the store so much these days? He's helping me with... I know, all the boring numbers and stuff, but it's not just that, is it? It's part of my job. I'm ensuring the transition is smooth and that Irina isn't unintentionally ruining the store's finances. Come on, Emmett, just admit it, you are hovering. It is not dishonorable to show concern for one's companions. Are you checking in on me? Of course I am. He cleared his throat, adjusting his glasses. You are suddenly dropped into your role with little warning in this town of all places. Monitoring your adjustment is prudent. Ow, he's worried about you. That's very sweet, Emmett, thank you. I'll have to remind you of this entire conversation tomorrow. Psst, you owe me $5, Florian? Once again, what does a ghost even need $5 for? Well, go on. What bet at my expense did you make this time? I bet that Emmett had a soft spot for you. I mean, he's never stopped by so much when Sylvie was around. You picked up the last of the pasta on your fork, already full to bursting. Apparently eating a pasta for two all by yourself was difficult work, though fortunately no one else had seemed to notice Florian's lack of eating. Winnie hovered over towards Emmett, poking fun while he attempted to swat her away unsuccessfully. Eden and Lucille were engaged in a lively conversation about something or another, and for a moment you felt at peace. It was strange, you hadn't known anyone here for longer than a week, and yet here you all were, talking, laughing, having dinner together, like you've known each other all your lives. It was a feeling you never felt before, not even back home. The closest you'll ever come was the nights you stayed up, playing video games with friends over voice chat, and even then, there was a distance between you, a separation in place. Here, though, it was different. Even when Emmett and Eden were arguing, there was something comforting about the knowledge that they were right beside you, a mere arm's length away. You leaned back, fork resting against your plate. Your stomach was full, your heart a little more so. Okay, new bet. It's always betting. No, I keep losing bets with you. I don't want to do them anymore. This is wrong answer. Okay, here it is. I bet Lucille could out-eat Florian and Emmett and Eden in a pie-eating contest if she wanted to. Is there a pie-eating contest coming up I haven't heard about? Well, no, but we could always organize one. I'll pass. That is not a wager I would wish to entertain, Lady Winona, but I am flattered by your confidence in my constitution. Lucille gave a quiet laugh and dabbed at the corner of her mouth with a napkin. This evening has been most enjoyable. In my kingdom, feasts are often accompanied by political tension and hidden motives. Here there is a laughter, companionship, and light-hearted debate. I must confess, it is refreshing. I'm glad you think so. Same, I haven't had this much fun in forever. I wish every day was like this. You get bored of me eventually. Impossible, I could never get bored of you. It's true, you have a natural draw to you that's hard to resist. You think everyone's hard to resist. What can I say? I'm a lover. Anyway, are we done here? It's probably about time I dragged our favorite accountant home before he regrets tonight any more than he already will. Don't worry, tonight's on me. Eden stood and dragged down Queen, leaving the rest of the table to gather themselves and stand up as well. As you all did, Eden returned, followed by a beaming Queen, who seemed positively ecstatic at the sight of the empty plates left behind. Did you enjoy your meal, my friends? It was wonderful. Once again, you'll have to give me some pointers one day. I've never had cooking like yours. For you, absolutely. You know, much of the flavor comes from growing our own produce. Why, we had a beautiful harvest of carrots just the other day. I shall drop by for you to have some time, yes? Oh, Queen, you don't have to do that. It would be my pleasure. Plus, to be perfectly honest, I have far more than I need. You, my dear, would be doing me a great favor. Well, in that case, I'll love some. Thank you again. Wonderful, wonderful. I'll drop by sometime next week if I can. Queen smiled, eyes crinkling. Then after bidding everyone a good evening, sorry, he disappeared back inside the restaurant. With that, it was time to head home. Your group found your way back to the road, said your goodbyes and happy birthdays, and you turned back towards the direction of the antique store before stopping in your tracks. Someone else came up beside you. Hey, did you miss me already? Sorry, did you miss me already? Hardly. Look, fuck me, how many times do I have to say thank you today? I won't complain about it one more time. Are you that desperate for validation? It helps boost my ego. Thanks for earlier for not just kicking me out for the pasta. The pasta was entirely selfish of me. I was just really hungry. Can you just accept my gratitude? He has such a cute face when he pouts. I mean, he's cute. I don't know how to put it. He's cute. It's more like, I like him. I think he has a great visual and he's cute. I just kind of feel by the way that he constantly talks like in a more youth kind of way, you know, like fuck this and do that, and I feel like he might be too much young for me in a certain way, if this was a real thing, of course. But I really like him. I think he has like great visuals. Ahmed is, sometimes I say Hamid, but I don't know, I put the age in there. I don't know, it's easier. Ahmed for me is more of like the type of men visually and talking that would seem more mature for me. So yeah, I kind of like Ahmed because of that. He looks good. He looks more like a mature type of guy. Yeah, and then Eden is like, in personality, he's like totally up my alley. But I have like this intuition that he might be a bad apple. I don't know. I'm like, he might be. I'm not good at this kind of stuff, talking, feelings, whatever. Well, for someone not good at this kind of stuff, you're doing a pretty fine job. This was, pretty terrible overall, but not as terrible as it could have been. But the thing is, I need to think about it in a way, and that's what I usually do. Like, I need to think about it in a way which is, she's 26, something, right? She's like 26. So I kind of need to think about it in more like, which guy would I ship with her, you know? It's more like that. That sounds like high praise coming from you. Is my company so bad? No? I mean, it's whatever. God, what am I trying to say? Look, I don't really do this whole people thing even before. But I didn't hate being with you or with everyone else. For the first time in a long time, I felt like a normal person. Can we just keep like flirting with these people? Like, I've been flirting with, I wouldn't say everyone, but most people in here. Can we just continue doing this? Am I going to get any repercussion during the demo? I do not know. Normal is nice, but I'm here for you. Whether you're feeling normal or strange or like you want to bite me, yeah. Maybe I should have done it with Winnie too the other time, because it's a great way for you to actually see the reactions to during the demo. If we are not going to get any bad repercussion at the end. You shouldn't say that so casually, I'll get the wrong idea. What? That I wouldn't mind? You're insane. Maybe, but you are still talking to me, so what does that make you? Even worse, probably, just what I need, another problem. I'll say we make a pretty good match, really. Don't say things like that. Why not? Because I'll start to believe you. He didn't look at you as he said it, but his voice was quiet, genuine, like the words had slipped out before he could stop them. And I don't know what I'll do with that. I'm gonna go. See you tomorrow. You better. He hesitated just for a moment before he turned and slipped away into the night. You were searching around in your pocket for your keys when you heard the sound of footsteps against gravel. Who dis? Working late. Do we have like another bad boy going on here? The keys dropped out of your hand and fell to the ground as your eyes peered through the darkness to notice someone leaning against a wall a few feet away from you. His red hair was framed with black tips, and his eyes were dark, his expression unreadable under the night sky. Hidden behind his hair was a black tattoo, wrapping itself around his throat. My bad, didn't mean to startle you. Place like this, though, it'll be close by now. I can say I know many stores open this time of night around here. Is there something I can help you with? Maybe, maybe not. I suppose we'll work it out together, huh? This your place? Kind of. I'm just looking after it. It belongs to my aunt, actually. Sylvie Marigold, right? She's pretty famous around here. That's an impressive family tree, if I've ever seen one. You know her, then? He tilted his head, eyes narrowing slightly. I'm passing. It's hard not to, really. She collects attention in a town like this. I hadn't heard she was leaving town. Well, I guess she doesn't owe anyone an explanation. She'll be back soon enough, anyway. No, I suppose she doesn't. It does make me curious, though. Leaving so suddenly does feel a lot like running, don't you think? I keep feeling like, yeah, this is fine. This is a game. But I keep feeling like our protagonist, she just gives so much information. You know, out of, I don't know, trusting people or something. It's kind of like her personality. But I wouldn't be like that. Like, I don't know this guy. Yeah, he's in front of the store, whatever. He's making conversation. He's asking questions. Why do I need to say that I am kind of like alone in here without my aunt being in here and stuff like that? Do you understand? Like, sometimes I feel like she gives too much information when there's no need of it. But I mean, it's fine because this is a game and the game needs to to move on and to create interactions. She needs to say stuff. It's just that as a person myself, being in her situation, I would be more cautious. I don't know. There's a ton of things that I would be more cautious and more secretive, yeah, about it. Okay, I read that one. Maybe she just needed a holiday. Maybe. Either way, you are not what I expected to find. What were you expecting? Hard to say, but I imagine we'll both find out soon enough. Then he smiled. You couldn't tell if it was cold or warm. Well, don't let me keep you. He stepped aside, gesturing towards the door. Wouldn't want to be the reason you miss curfew. As you bent down to pick up your keys, you felt his eyes on you, not necessarily threatening, but there nonetheless. Just so you know, I happen to know someone who's very curious about you. Yeah, should I be flattered or concerned? Maybe both. I'm sure we'll be seeing each other around, Irina Marigold. He turns, hands in pockets, already walking away. So he knows our name. We never gave him, and he even knows our name. Hey, what's your name? I don't know, KL? Would you say KL? I would say KL. I don't know. How would you say it in English? I'm going to say it like that. Whatever. This is probably almost ending. KL, don't forget it, alright? You heard inside and locked the door behind you. I never know because we opened the vowels, so it's like that. Well, I say, here I am, a humble spellbook, patiently awaiting their master for our promised training session, only to be abandoned, left to wither all day in this dusty room. I am not surprised, master, just disappointed. Barney? Listen, our lesson might need to be put on hold just a little bit longer. I bumped into someone outside. I suggest watching where you're going then, master. It takes no magical prowess, so you should be able to manage that much, I assure you. He knew my name. My aunt Stu said he was just curious, but something felt off. Did he reek of sulfur? Speaking cryptic riddles? Glow ominously? I do hope he wasn't glowing, master. Strangers who glow are never up to anything good. What? No, nothing like that. He just had red and black hair, dressed kind of cool, I suppose, black tattoo on his neck. He said his name was Kael. Kael, you say? Yeah, does that mean something to you? Kael, a tattoo on his neck, stars above. Where have I heard that name before? He cleared his throat very deliberately. Well, I would never jump to conclusions without proper research. That would be terribly unprofessional of me. However, I may need to consult my appendix of suspicious persons, errant entities, and known troublemakers. It's a rather long list, you understand. Well, thank you for that, I think. Of course, it is my pleasure, master. It seems our lesson will once again be put on hold. Please do try not to suddenly combust or otherwise harm yourself in the meantime. I would hate to be placed back on the shelf waiting for the next terrible spellcaster to come my way. I'll do my best not to combust. That is bare minimum effort, master, but I suppose I'll take it. You smiled faintly and moved to replace your day clothes with your pajamas, the quiet of the apartment settling around you like a familiar quilt. Barnabas drifted lazily to your desk, muttering something about cross-referencing character flaws. You decided it was best to leave him be. Of what you knew of him, he sometimes needed time to mutter strangely to himself. You turned towards the window, your reflection soft against the darkened glass. Outside, the town of Willowmist slept. Quiet, calm, and just a little strange. And tomorrow you'll open the shop again, maybe learn a spell, maybe meet someone new. But tonight, for now, you were home. And it's the end of the demo. Yeah, I was kind of like expecting. I was like, maybe we only have Sunday, because it does like the whole week, and we ended up having the dinner all together, and there was like this mysterious character at the end, which I do not know if he's part of the people we can date. I do not know. It doesn't say in here, right? No, I don't think so. It doesn't say in here. At least like on the Steam page. Yeah, I don't know. I don't. So what do I have to say? Like so we've been playing quite a lot of demos lately, and there are those that kind of like grab me more. Some have been like grabbing me more than others. Some of them it's kind of like oh yeah, I like to know, I like playing and all. It's not that feeling of like I really do think I want to play this. And with this one, I was not expecting to enjoy this one as much, because he had like the text box on the side and all of it, and I was like, oh my god, how is this going to be? How am I supposed to be looking at the text box on one side and looking at them on the other, and all of it? But I ended up feeling like, oh, I really enjoyed this one. Yeah, I really enjoyed this one. I also enjoy like the Mirage Noir, one of the last ones that we played too. Like, I really enjoyed that one too. So yeah, there are some of them that I'm really kind of like looking forward. We hope you enjoyed the first week of the game. Please consider wishlisting the game on Steam. I'm going to wishlist this one. Yeah, but I was actually not expecting to like this one as much as I did. I really sincerely wasn't, and it was fun. It was really fun. So what I'm kind of like thinking for today is we are going to do some tiny ones, okay? There is even one that I'm expecting to just be like 30 minutes kind of thing, okay? Yeah, but we are going to do like some more tiny ones that I have in here, okay? And then I don't know, and then maybe tomorrow we'll get others. We'll see it. So just hanging in there for a bit, and I bet we're going to bring like something else. In terms of this one, yeah, I really enjoyed it. I'm going to leave the link in the description as usual for you to also try it. Although I think we explored quite a bit, but if you want to go like in a different way, or imagine like dating a bit more the girls, or do these as the version of the guy, for instance. I think the version of the guy, I actually thought the version of the guy was more pretty than the girl's one. Yeah, me being honest. That I was actually very tempted at the beginning to put the guy. And that's it. I'm going to come back in a moment, so thank you very much.